So a few days ago, I posted this short that basically just said making more money won't be able to fix being broke. And somebody commented on that video, and while they disagreed with me, they were entirely right as well. He basically said, even with the tight budget, even if you're cutting out as much expenses as you can, if you're only bringing home $400 or $500 a week, you're basically making minimum wage, you're going to struggle to not only survive but live. And I'm still going to stand on what I said. Like, most people will double, triple, quadruple their income and they'll still be broke because of that lifestyle creep, that lifestyle inflation. They just got really poor spending decisions. But this dude was entirely correct as well. And that's why in this video, real quick, I just want to talk about, you got to make more than minimum wage. Like, you are not a minimum wage worker, okay? You have to believe in that, you can make more money. You have to believe you're worth more than $15 an hour. I mean, honestly, we're all worth more than what we work for. That's 100% honest. And that's why starting a business, a side hustle, that's what takes people to the next level. But that's not really what I'm talking about in this video. I'm talking about, you're getting started, make a minimum wage, but we got to upgrade eventually from 15 an hour to at least 18, 19, $20 an hour, so we can actually at least survive and live. And when you start making, maybe you're making 20, 25 an hour now, you can't let that lifestyle creep catch up to you. You can't let, your lifestyle inflate just because your money inflated. You got to stay on a budget. Like I mentioned in my short, you got to stick with the plan, or else you're still going to stay broke. That's just how it works. You see, there's two different types of being broke, and it's pretty simple actually. The first type is you're literally just broke. You have no money. You don't make enough money. And that kind of simple, right? The best fix for that, go make more money. It's not that hard to go make more money. A lot of people I feel like, are just lazy. I know the job market right now in this economy or whatever, it is tough. But I mean, it's a pretty simple fix. It's just to go make more money. But the second type of being broke, and this is what I see a lot, and I personally know people who do this. They go from making, literally $15 an hour to they're, gonna make money in the 20s and the 30s, and they're still broke because they let the lifestyle inflation basically control them. They let it catch up to them. They started thinking they could afford more stuff, and in reality, you just can't. You gotta stick with the plan. Stay frugal. Stay passionate about wanting to save and build wealth. Because if you don't do any of those, dude, you're gonna stay broke. That's just how it works. You're gonna spend all the money that you make, and you're gonna be broke forever if you keep that up. I'm just being honest. And I'm not trying to sound like I know it all, but like I said, I went from making $15 an hour to, I'm not gonna give an exact number, but I make a lot more now, and I never let my lifestyle catch up to me. And that's why I've been able to save $50,000 just in the last almost 14 months, not even 14 months. So that's why it's so important to realize you got to make more money. And when you do, you got to just not inflate your lifestyle so much. I've talked about it a bunch. I made a video last week on staying down and stacking your money. You have to do that. You have to stay down. You have to be humble. If you're still in the building stages of building wealth, the beginning stages, you can't go and buy, fancy watches, expensive chains, diamond teeth, a bunch of tattoos. I get it. Those things are cool. They look cool. You know what I'm saying? So there's got to be a decent sized gap between what you make and what you actually are spending, which in my short I called your spending speed, because it's how fast you're spending money, how much money you're spending. That's your spending speed. So there's got to be a decent sized gap in between how much you're making and how much you're actually saving and keeping. And if there is a big enough gap, that's where your freedom is going to come from. That's where, you're going to be able to start to invest. Your money's going to work for you. More opportunities will just arise in general. And you're going to be able to finally start building wealth. And not be broke. So I actually really appreciate that guy for commenting so that way I could make this video. You know, the goal isn't to make more money and have bad habits. It's not to work minimum wage and have really good habits. It's to kind of do a good mix of both. Because when you actually start doing that, you're like, your life will change. Mine changed because of it. And I mean, yeah, like literally there's evidence. I've been able to save over 50K in the last year. I'm just taking it from somebody who's doing it himself, right? But that's all I'm going to talk about in this video. I appreciate that guy for leaving that comment. But yeah, make sure that y'all like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.